YouTube. It's me, Inspired Soul. So today I wanted to talk about something real quick. What I notice as being a sensitive person, highly sensitive person, empath, whatever you want to call it, right? And this also goes for people who are. This also goes towards people who are absorbers in general, who care a lot, right? People who care a lot. I feel that people who care a lot, and probably 9 times out of 10 they may be empaths or a highly sensitive person. But even if they're not, even if they just care a lot, they care a lot for humanity, they care a lot for people, they care a lot for the sick, they care a lot when somebody come to them and tell them their problems. They just care, and they carry that weight on their shoulders throughout the day, on weeks, on days, whatever, right? So for my people who care a lot, who absorb, for my empaths, for my highly sensitive people, what I noticed as a highly sensitive person, what I noticed, whenever you feel low, or you feel like you absorb too many people's energies, or whatever it is, right? Even when we go inside of a place, sometimes we may feel drained. And what I notice about this, usually it's because either we're too open, and being open, well, I don't want to say B, it's really A. So being too open involves you caring about what's going on, what's around you, how this person feels, how do those people feel, what are these people thinking. You're opening yourself up to be vulnerable, because when you're too open, you are vulnerable, right? So the antidote for this is, and there's a book about this, how not to give a fuck. That's a book. And it dawned on me, Spirit gave me this message: stop caring so much. Even when you're at work and you work for customer service, right? And if you work in like hospitality, or the healthcare field, or the nursing field, or something like that, even a healing type of field, spiritual healing or whatever, and you find yourself, every time somebody come up to you and tell you about their story, because you probably a person that people can go to talk to, and they feel so much better after talking to you. So after, now you're so open, you're indulged into what they're saying and what's going on with them, and then when they leave from you, you're still thinking about their story. Now you're placing yourself in that person's shoes. Now you are thinking of what you could have done when they left from you, even if you gave them a little bit of the antidote, okay? A little bit of healing. But now, since they're away from you, you're thinking about what else you could have done to make their situation better. You wish that you can take that situation from them, even if it's something small, because, and then you go home, or you during the week you keep doing this. Now you become drained. Now you become tired. Now you're confused. Now you're all over the place, because you just absorbed so much of that person's stuff because you were too open. And it made me think. I was like, okay, Spirit, what does too open mean? Because I remember I had got a reading from somebody. She said, you're too open. And I'm like, what does that mean? Like, what do you mean too open? And I'm still thinking about it. I'm like at home thinking about, what does too open mean? What does that mean? And Spirit said, too open mean you're just vulnerable. You don't have to be vulnerable with everybody. You don't have to care all the time. And I know that sounds horrible to my people who are empaths or sensitive, who do care for humanity and who like to help. But you can't You can't be a Captain Save-A-Ho. You can't save and help everybody. Okay? Even if they come to you with their problems, or they want to vent because you're a healer, or they sense that when they vent to you, they become better, they become healed. And yes, you probably wear that on your chest as a plate of honor. But let me tell you, sometimes soldiers gotta rest too. Sometimes soldiers gotta take a break from the battlefield. Soldiers can't always fight 24/7, 365 a year. Okay? Sometimes warriors gotta take a break in order to get strong again, to heal themselves. So my thing is, just stop caring all the time. When somebody come up to you, and I'm not saying don't care, like, oh, okay, you tell me your story, I don't care. Yes, still be that listening ear, but you don't have to come up with a solution all the time. You don't have to be like, damn, I wish that never really happened to them. Or you become so vulnerable, you like melt in their hands, and now you're like, now you allow them to, they didn't even think about doing this, but you become putty in their hands, and it's like they're washing their hands with you to become clean. I hope that makes sense. So like I said, you don't always have to help, you don't always have to care, and by not caring means you don't always have to come up with a solution and fix and constantly think when they walk away from you, what could you have done? You didn't have to do nothing. Allow them to, if allow them to say whatever they say, be like, oh, okay, you're listening to them, but do not place yourself in their shoes. If you do, you're absorbing. Do not try to find a solution. If you do, you're absorbing. Do not try to see yourself in their situation. And that's the same thing as placing yourself in their shoes. Like, what if that happened to me? Oh my gosh. If they're telling you like a story off the news, sometimes if you're very like imaginative, sometimes it can get to you. And that can drain your energy too. That's you absorbing that mess that they're talking about, or that's you absorbing whatever is on social media or on the news. And first of all, if you are sensitive, stop watching that stuff. Spirit, if it's meant for you to know something, Spirit will bring it to you. Trust me. You don't have to watch the news. You don't have to be on social media 24/7 to figure out what's going on in the world. And now you got anxiety because, oh my gosh, this is happening. This is happening. This is happening. We all know that the news like to show bull crap stuff. It's not really bull crap, but like, come on now. There are happy stuff happening too. It ain't just all bad stuff. Okay? So, yes. So, when you're on your phone, when you're watching TV, when you're watching a movie or something like that, imagine if people, highly sensitive people, empaths, what we do, we tend to imagine ourselves in that movie. We tend to imagine ourselves within that news thing. We tend to imagine ourselves going through whatever that person's going through. Like, what if that happened to me? Now you're using your energy to place using your energy to be placed in that situation. Now you become drained. You just absorb, right? Whatever you just witnessed. When you don't care, and I'm not saying be rude and and show people that you're not caring. Just be like, oh, okay, well, I hope everything get better. You know how to talk, okay? You know how to talk. Just imagine, just observe what they're saying, and just be like, go on about your day. Show them that you're listening. You pray for them, hope that they get better, and that's all you can do. If you want to be open, if you want to absorb, okay, and then transmute that, I might talk about that later on. How do you transmute the energy, the negative energy that has been that you may have absorbed or thrown at you or whatever like that. I'll talk about that in another video later on. Oh, my bad. went over a bump later on. So just have some days where you're not absorbing, where you're not trying to fix a person's problem, okay? And then have some days where you are helping out, doing charity or whatever, because like I said, warriors need to be light workers, whatever. We need breaks too, okay? So that's all I had to say, y'all. Hope this makes sense. And yeah, that's all I have to say. All right, bye.